So good morning everyone. Last class we have discussed about the structure of the antibody and it is quite important for your examination point of view. They may ask the structure of the antibody, not the explanation as much. So you have to you have to prepare that means you have to learn the diagram very much, and it is a important point for your examination. Right now, moving on to the next is that is immune response. So next is the moving on to the next thing is this the immune response. So immune response are of two types. That is, one is called as what? Antibody mediated immune response. Second one, cell mediated immune response. So this is can be abbreviated as what? AMI, and it can be abbreviated as what? CMI, right? So hope you remember in the last class we have just a glance of it, that is what is antibody mediated immune response and the cell mediated immune response. Now look into what is this in detail of that. So antibody mediated immune response is also called as what? It is also called as humoral immune response. It is also called as what? Humoral immune response. Why it is called humoral? So what is this humoral immune response? So the immune response brought about due to the antibody present in the body's, that is the body's humor. That means what? The immune response is brought, which is brought about what? Due to the antibody which is present in the body's humor. That is what? Body fluid. So that is what? Body fluid. Right. So such as what? Blood. Right. So such as blood. So hence the name we call, as the name it has been referred as what? Humoral immune response. What is that? Humoral immune response. Such as blood. Right. That is the body fluid. Right. Such as what? Blood. So that is a body fluid. And it is brought about by what? With whom? It is brought about by the B lymphocytes. So it is brought about by and it is mediated by what? B lymphocyte. As I said, as we discussed in the previous session, so there are of two types of lymphocytes, that is B lymphocytes and the T lymphocytes. And this humoral or the antibody mediated immune response, it is what? What they will do? It is mediated by the B lymphocytes. That means which is going to bind to the antigen in the plasma. This means what they will do? This is going to bind the antigen of the plasma. So antigen, what? Antigen in the plasma. Antigen in the plasma. And what they will do? They will fight against the disease causing organism, and it is called as what? Humoral immune response. So that is means the immunity, that means the immune response is brought about by the antibodies. It is brought about due to the antibody which is present in the body's humor, that is a blood vessel, blood, that is a body fluid which is present in the body, which is called as what? Humoral immune response. And it is brought about by with what? B lymphocytes. So humoral immunity is always mediated by B cells or the B lymphocytes. Right. And next is the cell mediated immune response, which is abbreviated as what? CMI. Right. So and this cell mediated immunity, it is mediated by what? T lymphocytes. Right. So this is by B lymphocytes. So the cell mediated immune response is mediated by the T lymphocytes, that is the cell to cell contact. Right. So hope you understand what is this. What is the difference between this humoral and the cell mediated immune response. So now moving on to the in detail of the cell mediated immune response. So what is the cell mediated immune response? So this immune response is brought about due to the attack of cell membrane by the pathogen or the antigens. That means what? That a pathogen means and antigen means what? The disease causing organism. As I said, so these are also called as what? They are also called as what? Cell mediated immune response. And it is brought about by whom? By T. It is mediated by the T lymphocytes. And the humoral, it is the B lymphocytes, right? So I think all of us know that there is a organ transplantation which will take place sometime, right? When there is a need for a kidney transplantation or liver transplantation or the heart transplantation, so one very important thing we has to be taken into care. What is that? It is the tissue matching and as well as the blood grouping matching. When we are discussing about the blood group matching, we have discussed about this one, right? While transportation, we just we are not at all just taking the organ, but we have to match the organ as well as the blood. So whenever there is a transplantation, it is going to take place. So what we have to do? We should be the tissue as well as the blood should be matched up, right? So for the organ transplantation to be successful. So or sometimes even the organ transplantation is done, what happened? So the person may not survive, right? For example, if a person is having a kidney problem, the organ has been transplanted. Even though the organ has been transplanted, but he may not survive. So why it is that? Because of the rejection of the organ. So why it is because of the tissue should match as well as the blood should also match. So this cell mediated immune response, is responsible for graft rejection. That is the lymphocytes. It is help in the what? It is responsible for the graft rejection, right? So or what we can say that that is about what I said, that is a graft rejection, right? In order to avoid the rejection, what we have to do, what is given? So the immune suppressive agents. So immunosuppressive agents has been given to avoid the rejection. That is either or before the transplantation, this suppressive agent has been given, right? So that organ transplantation is quite common nowadays. As we know that nowadays like kidney transplantation, liver, heart are all quite common, right? So how this transplantation is successful? It is because of this immune suppressive agents. What they will do? It will help to what? It will help in not rejecting any the organ which is transplanted, right? So hope you got to know what is CMI. So that is cell mediated immune response. So this cell mediated immune response means what? It is the immune response brought about due to the attack of the cell membrane by pathogen or the antigens, right? It is mediated by what? T lymphocytes, right? So this is abbreviated in the CMI, right? So now moving on to the next thing is, hope you got what is acquired immunity, that is what is humoral mediated response and the what cell mediated response. Now moving on to the next is the difference between the active immunity and the passive immunity. What is the difference between the active immunity and the passive immunity? It is very important for your point of your exam, and they may ask for the 3 marks. Write the difference between the active immunity and the passive immunity. So right now developing a good immune system is very much important, and it is very much challenging now. So now let us discuss and understand what is the difference between this active and the passive immunity. As we have discussed earlier about the immunity, let us just recall the difference, right? So this active immunity is the immunity which is right from the birth. So it is right from the birth. That is we call as what? Inborn. Right? It is develops from the what? So the active immunity is the immunity which is right from the birth, or we can also call it as what? Inborn immunity, right? And the passive immunity, that is develops from the time of outbreak of a disease, right? It is when the disease has happened, that time, so it has been, the immunity will be developed. That is called as passive immunity. It is temporary, and the active immunity is where it is permanent. It is temporary and it is permanent, right? So but in active immunity, as I told, it is a permanent. As I said, the colostrum, that is the first milk of the mother which contain the antibody IgA. So the first milk of mothers, that is colostrum, which contain of an antibody called as IgA, which is very important for the baby to develop the immunity which will last for forever. It will be last for lifetime, right? So we can call it as a what? Active immunity is as a inborn immunity, right? Then active immunity, as I said, it is a inborn immunity, which is the immunity which will develop right from the birth. That is, and this passive immunity, it is immunity which will develop due course of time, right? Whenever the outbreak is happened, by that time the immunity will be developed, right? So when we are attacked with certain diseases causing organism, and that, as I told, the passive immunity, it is a temporary. Now let us see what is the actual difference between this passive and the active immunity. So active immunity, as I told, the immunity which will develop from the host body when it is exposed to the natural infection or the antigen which is due to vaccination. So that is what? The immunity which is developed in the host body when it is exposed to natural infection. That is natural infection or the antigen due to vaccination. And here in passive immunity, it is the immunity which will develop in the host organism due to transfer of ready-made antibodies. So due to what? Artificial, that is due to ready-made antibodies. So the immunity which will develop when the antibody is given to the person. So here it has been developed naturally, right? So that means, what do you mean by active immunity? Active immunity, it is developed in the host body when there is an exposed to a natural infection or the antigen due to vaccination. Whereas the passive immunity, which will develops in the host organism due to transfer of ready-made antibodies. So a vaccine is what? So vaccine is nothing but it is a ready-made what? It is a ready-made antibody, right? So in this in active immunity, so the antibodies are immediately they will produce. So they will immediately produce. That means they are already there. They will what? The antibody which is already there, they have to come into picture when the antigen is entered to a body. So what is antigen? Antigen is nothing but what? Microbes or the microorganism, right? So what they will do? The immediately antibodies are released. So it is going to fight against the disease causing organism, right? So that is what I said. It is an what? Inborn immunity. So right, and it is very slow. So the active immunity is very slow and it is not like instant. So I need this one, it is ready. Not it's like it is like that. It is very slow and it takes some so much of time to produce what? Antibody to come into picture, and they will fight against the disease causing organism. There it remains for a longer time, right? So Whereas in the passive immunity, it is very fast and it will remain for a shorter period of time. So that is the difference between this active and the passive immunity. Hope you understand the difference between this active and the passive immunity, right? So and this when we are discussing this active immunity is of two types. So this active immunity is of two types, that is artificially acquired immunity, acquired active immunity, and as the naturally acquired active immunity. So this active immunity is of two types. One is naturally acquired active immunity and the second one is artificially acquired active immunity. What is this naturally acquired active immunity? That means what? The immunity is developed by an individual naturally. It is due to the infection, which is called as what? Naturally acquired active immunity. So what is this artificial acquired active immunity? It is nothing but the immunity which will develop by an individual by a vaccination or the immunization, which is called as what? Artificially acquired active immunity. So what is this natural acquired active immunity? It is developed by an individual naturally due to the infection. That is called as what? Natural acquired active immunity. This is by through what? By that is developed by an individual by a vaccination or the immunization. That is, they have given a ready-made. That is called as what? Artificially acquired what? Active immunity. Hope you got to know this. What is the two types of active immunity? That is naturally acquired active immunity and the artificial acquired active immunity. And this passive immunity is of two types, that is naturally acquired passive immunity and the artificially acquired passive immunity. So what is this naturally passive immunity? So here in naturally acquired passive immunity, here the individual which will develops the what? It will develops by receiving an antibody from the mother or the another individual. That means what? So that means the transfer of antibody from the mother to child through what? Placenta, that is before the birth, and through a breast milk after the birth. As we know that in the placenta, whatever the nutrition which will be provided to the child, that is through mother to child before the birth, and after that once the birth has been given to the child, so through a breast milk. That is nothing but what? Naturally acquired passive immunity. Now what is this artificially acquired passive immunity? So as I said earlier, it receives the ready-made antibodies through injection. That is nothing but what? Artificially acquired passive immunity. Understood? So hope you got to know, right? So this is about the types of the active and the passive immunity, and hope you got to the difference between the active and the passive immunity. Now, so as we have discussed in the earlier classes about the vaccination and the immunization, right? So vaccination and the immunization, it is very important concept in this lesson, right? So you have, as we have discussed early, right? So we have discussed about the vaccination and the immunization, right? So this vaccination and the immunization, it is based on what principle? It is a principle. So what is that a based principle? What is the principle behind this vaccination and the immunization? The principle of immunization and the vaccination is based on the property of memory of the what? Immune. It is of the immune system. It is the principle behind this vaccination and the immunization. Immune system. The property of the memory of the immune system is the principle of the immunization and the vaccination, right? So this, as I told, immunization is of two types, active and the passive immunization. So immunization is of of two types, that is active, passive. Active immunization and the passive immunization. So what is this active and the passive immunization? We will discuss one by one. As we have discussed earlier, that vaccination and the immunization play an important role in human life, right? So what is this vaccination and the immunization? As I told earlier, it is a process. What do you mean by vaccination? It is a process of administration. That means administration of inactivated pathogen or the antigen protein. That is antigen protein of a pathogen into a healthy person to produce immunity against the specific diseases. So what is this vaccination? As I told earlier, what is that? Administration of inactivated pathogen. Whenever the that is antigen proteins is inactivated of a pathogen, so in a healthy person it has been produced. So it has been produced against the that is specific diseases. That is immunity has been produced. So that is nothing but vaccination, right? So immunization means what? Immunization is a process by which the body produces the antibody against the administered vaccine, right? So that is nothing but immunization. So this idea of vaccination was first given by Dr. Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner. So he is the person who had given the first, he has given the idea of vaccination, but is given by the Dr. Edward Jenner of England against who? Against what? Smallpox disease. Against the smallpox disease, right? So as I told that immunization is of two types, that is active and the passive immunization. So what is this active and the passive immunization? Hope you got who had given the idea of vaccination. That is nothing but Dr. Edward Jenner of England, who has given the idea of vaccination about that is to the smallpox diseases. So as I told earlier, immunization is of two types. One is active and the another one is the passive immunization. So what is this active immunization and what is this passive immunization? Active immunization. So here what they will do, the inactivated weakened antigens are injected to a healthy person in the active. So inactivated weakened antigen are injected to a healthy person. So for why it is injected? To generate the immune response by producing what? Antibody. So they will produce the antibody. That is nothing but what? Active immunization. Right. Got it. So what is this passive immunization? It is performed. That means it is prepared. That the antibodies is prepared and they are transferred to a patient. So that is nothing but what? Passive immunization. That means if a person it is infected with some deadly microbes, they need quick immune response by the time of attack. That is if there is any infection. So they need the immune response. By the time what they will do? This passive immunization is administered to such person. So as I told earlier, if the as I told earlier in the case of snake bite, right? So the injection it is given to the patient against the what? It is given the patient, that is injection has been given to the patient which contain what? That prepared antibodies. That means antibodies has been prepared and it is given to a such person. So that is about the passive immunization. So that is the two types of active immunization and the passive immunization. Now moving on to the next important topic, it is the autoimmunity. Autoimmunity. So what is this autoimmunity? So it is a abnormal immune response in which the immune system of the body will start destroying. It will start destroying its own cell or the self cells. So that means you can see, I think all of us know that the body cells, our body cells will recognize the foreign particles, right? So that is foreign molecules or the non-self particles. So this foreign particles means what? What are these foreign particles called? So it might be a bacteria, virus, right? So our body cells will recognize the foreign particles, that is foreign molecules or the non-self particles. So but this autoimmunity is going to destroy its own cell. So that is the self cells. So by that time what they will do? So we will be prone to certain diseases, right? Whenever our cells has been destroyed, what will happen? We will prone to certain diseases, right? So that means what are the diseases? Just like what? Cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, like that. It has been done. So what is this autoimmunity? It is the immune response in which the immune system of the body start destroying its own cells. That means they are going to destroy their own cells and they will cause the disease like what? Sorry. Rheumatoid arthritis and the cystic fibrosis and the next is the this one, muscular dystrophy, etc, etc, like they will cause us the diseases, right? So we may prone to certain diseases like what? Rheumatoid arthritis, cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, so etc, etc, right? So when our own body cells will attack the immune system, that what they will do? When they will not able to identify the own cells, what they will do? They will destroy and it will cause us what? Then that means we are, in case of that time, we will prone to certain diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, cystic fibrosis and muscular dystrophy, etc. That is about the autoimmunity. Now moving on to the next is allergies. So moving on to the next part, it is allergies. Next is allergies. Usually in our daily life, as we know, sometimes we are allergic to certain substances. It might be like animal dander or the pollen grains or even to the certain food substances, right? So it is very common phenomena where we come across in our daily life. So now let us study what is this allergy and how it will be defined. So how we define the word called allergies. So allergy is nothing but what? It is nothing but what? Exaggerated response of the immune system to a certain antigen present in the environment. It is called as allergy. What is this allergy? So it is the how we define the word called allergy. It is the exaggerated response of the immune system to certain antigen which is present in the environment, right? That is called as what? Allergy. So how do we define the word called allergy? As I told, it is the exaggerated response of the immune system to certain antigen which is present in the environment, right? So that is called as allergy. So when our body is responding to certain antigens that are present in the environment, we call it as is an allergy, right? So and the substances which will cause us the allergy are called as what? Allergens. So the substances which is responsible to cause this allergy, that we call as what? Allergens. So what are those substances? Well, how we can give this example, right? As I told, it is the pollen grains, mites in the dust and also the animal dander, even the food. So certain food which is very allergic to the some of the human beings, right? So some of the persons were allergic to the some of the food items, right? Even the oil also allergy for the some persons, right? That substances which will produce this allergy we called as what? allergens. So what is this allergen? The substances which causes the allergy, that is called as allergens. As I said, there are many types of allergens. That is the pollen grain, mite in the dust, animal dander. Animal dander, like you can see pets, that is the pets you have live in your home, that is a dog hairs, that is you can see that the hairs which will be allergic, right? So certain for the certain people, right, the skin allergy, they will cause the allergies in the skin, right, like that and all. So that allergy, that is the classical examples for the allergens, right? So you have heard about that, heard about this Parthenium, right? The pollen grains of the some plants are really allergic and causes what? That is, they will cause us a severe respiratory disorder and also the lung disorder, right? So some might be allergy to the pollen grain which is released by the some plants. So how it is causes? It is causes due to the release of chemical like histamine and the serotonin. So they will release the chemical called what? Histamine and the serotonin. So chemicals called as serotonin. So they will release this allergies caused due to the release of chemical called histamine and the serotonin from the where? Mast cells. From the mast cells, this chemical has been released, and it is causes due to release of the chemicals called as what? Histamine and the serotonin. So that is serotonin. So these chemicals include what? What they will do? That will include the dilation of the peripheral blood vessels, which results in the leakage of the large amount of the fluid. Whatever the our body fluid will be there, it will be leakage in a large amount, right? So that is about this. These chemicals will do. So it is dilated the peripheral blood vessels, which will result in the leakage of that fluid. So what are the symptoms of these allergies? So the first and foremost, what we will do if we got allergy, what we will do? We will sneeze. First we will sneezing, inflammation of a mucous membrane, watery eyes, running nose, difficult to breathe, right? Irritation in the throat and the trachea. So if you got any dust allergy, what will happen? We will feel that there is a sore throat and irritation, itching. So, and even the skin rashes. Once we got the skin rashes, we feel that itching, burning sensation like that and all. So these are the what? Symptoms. So the symptoms of allergies are sneezing, inflammation of the mucous membrane, watery eyes, running nose, difficulty to breathe, irritation in throat, trachea, skin rashes, itching, burning sensations, and all of these are the symptoms of the allergies. To fight against these allergies, how it is? So how the formation of the antigen is formed, how this antibody is formed during this allergic reaction. So during this allergic reaction, the immune system which will develop a specific type of antibody called as IgM. That is immunoglobulin M. So they will produce a specific antibody called as IgM. So where it will start fight against the what? Allergies, right? It is a immunoglobulin M. So what is this immunoglobulin Ig? That is IgM. It is a antibody which will produce to fight against the allergies, right? So and it will, what they will do, it will promotes the production of histamine and the serotonin. So it promotes the production of histamine and the serotonin. So what is the reason behind these allergies? So as I said earlier, it is because of our lifestyle, right? Which nowadays you can see that our body which is have a less immunity. For what? Because that what we have adapted our lifestyle, right? And increases of what? Increase the sensitivity to allergies. So you can see that the children in cities and the children in the villages. So the immune system is very good in children's. Have you heard that sayings what we used to say by the elders, that is mannal bid maklu banded riti ade sitil belt maklu, somewhat like that used to say by the elders, right? So that means they are allergic to certain things. That city, that you can see that even the metropolitan cities in India, it is suffered by so from allergies and asthma due to the sensitivity of the environment. You can see in the cities people that if they go for the hot sunny day, what they will feel, that is rashes in their skin, right? So that is because of our body has been sensitivity, that is because of our sensitive body, that means immunity has been decreasing. That means we are increasing our sensitivity due to this environmental agents, right? So then also that providing a protection in the early life, for example, so you can see that the children which are born, that means the babies which are born in the villages and the cities. In cities, what they will use to, they will restrict it to the children, don't go there, don't do that one, don't play with those things, like, because they are very protective the early life. Whereas in the children's in the villages, what they will do, they used to do whatever they want. So they used to play with the mud, right? So in our early ages, when I was a kid, so my grandmother used to say, mannal heart are the immunity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, because it have that power. So like that, so we have to we have to adapt ourselves in for every environment. If you are restricted to the particular environment, then you will be allergic to other things, right? So like just like a homesick, so we cannot go from home. If we go from others, from our home to the another home, we will feel that homesickness, right? Most of the girls will have that. Nowadays the girls won't have homesick, even the boy, that maybe we can say that boys will have a homesick, right? No, jokes apart. So then this is the what, this is the reasons for the allergies. First and foremost, our lifestyle, and also the providing a protection in the early life, right? And the drugs and the medicines are recommended for this allergies are, that means the drugs, it is just like a antihistamine, adrenal, and the what steroids are recommended for this quickly recovering of this allergies reaction. So hope you got to know what is this allergy and how this causes and what are the symptoms. They will ask for the 2 or 3 marks, right? What are the symptoms of this allergens, and they may ask for 1 marks. What is this allergens? Allergens are the substances which will cause the allergies. It might be the, how can we give a classical example for this allergens? It is a pollen grain, mites in the dust, animal dander, even the certain food items, like that. So that is called as allergens. Hope you got to know what is this allergens. Next class we will discuss the other topics of this lesson.